DoMa Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we got a pretty big fight coming up, in September. It's going to be Canelo Alvarez, undisputed champion at 168 pounds. And a lot of people's face of boxing over the years, Canelo Alvarez is going to face another undisputed guy, right? And Jermell Charlo, undisputed at 154 pounds. Now, Jermell Charlo is going to go up two weight divisions to fight Canelo. And we know when people go up two weight divisions, most of the time, their ass is grass. You know what I mean? No matter how good you are, weight divisions are there for a reason, right? So, legendary promoter Bob Arum has spoke out. And he just said, listen, regardless of whatever, Jermell Charlo getting knocked out in 6 or 7 rounds, right? He could be right? But I'm going to give you 4 reasons why this fight's going to be competitive, right? One is John Ryder. That's one reason. John Ryder had a competitive fight against Canelo Alvarez. I think Jermell Charlo, even at 154 pounds, moving up, never fighting at the weight, is as good as John Ryder. I mean, I'm going to give John Ryder some props too because he's at that weight. He's had a couple of competitive fights with some decent people, right? But I think Jermell Charlo is more talented than him. But I'm going to, just say that John Ryder was at least at 160, 168 pounds, fighting at a higher weight. But if John Ryder can have a competitive fight with Canelo, then I'm sure as hell Jermell Charlo can. The other one is Gennady Golovkin. That's another reason. Gennady Golovkin is damn near 40 years old and was unmotivated in that fight. I don't know why so much, but he's unmotivated in that fight. But he still made it competitive toward, in that fight in spots, right? So when you're viewing that, you're thinking, well, Jermell Charlo, this dude, it ain't like he ain't not talented. You know what I'm saying? So those are 2 reasons right there. A third reason would be Brian Castano. Now, Brian Castano was a big win. They had a draw at first time, and then Jermell beat him the second time. And let me tell you something. Castano, let me tell you, that dude's bad, to be honest. And I just think that, he's on Canelo's level, Castano. Let me see what he's going to do coming soon. I would like to see what Castano going to do, actually, to be honest with you. Because Castano, he's got a lot of wins over people in them amateurs. I forget the names, but names that you would be like, damn, he beat him? I just done forgot him right now. Like I said, I don't be, Googling box wrestling before I come on here. I spontaneously do something. I'm waiting on something right now, so I'm spontaneously going to do this. You know what I'm saying? But Castano is very, very good fighter, a very, very good fighter. And to get stopped by Jermell Charlo, even if it's 154 pounds, is impressive. So that's another reason. And another reason is Canelo hasn't really distanced himself in any of his fights lately. You probably would say Amir Khan, and even Amir Khan was doing good against Canelo before he got flatlined, right? Sergey Kovalev was doing excellent before he got flatlined, right? We just talked about John Ryder and Gennady Golovkin. Then Bivol beat him with some movement and combinations, right? So Canelo hasn't really, for me, he has never really looked that great. He looks pretty like a damn good fighter, but if he was a real good fighter, like people are saying, then he would have fought Demetrius Andrade and Jermell Charlo a long time ago. He wouldn't have allowed them to be in his weight divisions as undefeated champions and not fought them. Terrence Crawford, that wouldn't happen to him. It just wouldn't happen. And other fighters, it just won't happen to those that know that they're the best or feel as though they're the very best, right? But Canelo doesn't feel that. There's no way you would have a guy, you wouldn't fight for undisputed at the middleweight division, and just because it's a guy that's pretty damn good in Demetrius Andrade, and you can beat him and be an undisputed middleweight champion, the first Mexican to do that in history, and then get paid the most in your career. There's no way that you would just say, well, he's a horrible fighter, I wouldn't do it, because if he was a horrible fighter, then you would even do it quicker. You're gonna get paid to beat up a horrible fighter? right? Get paid the most in your career. So those kind of things. And then when you're his mandatory, you won't fight him either. When he's the champion and you're the mandatory. So when I'm looking at Jermell Charlo and Demetrius Andrade as reasons why I know Canelo is not supremely confident. And if the world was a perfect place, we would never be talking about him like he's better than these guys, because he would have had to fight them. So when I'm looking at that and those things, I'm looking at Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is, you know, I just don't think he's that elusive, though. I don't think he's that elusive. I can't say right now if he's susceptible to body blows, but I just think he's athletic enough, mean enough, right? Proud enough, talented enough to I ain't going here getting knocked out by Canelo in no done 5 or 6 rounds. So those are 4 reasons. I disagree with Bob Arum here. Now, Bob Arum's been in the business a whole damn long time. Might see something. I disagree. I think Jermell Charlo is going to have a competitive fight with Canelo. I'll tell you, you know, when we get closer, who I think is going to win. But I'm going to tell you right now, competitive, it's going to be that. DoMa Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.